As people of God, we are called to resist the human tendency to classify people. We are called to work against the societal pressures and to see people for who they really are, children of God and fellow travelers on this earthly journey. You know, there's a phrase that comes to mind when we talk about humility and our relationship with other people. There, but for the grace of God, go I. It's a simple phrase. It reminds us that things could easily be different if God decided to make it so. So I looked up the history of this phrase, and if you can believe it, it goes all the way back to the 1500s. An Englishman by the name of John Bradford is credited with coining this phrase. He lived at the exact same time as Martin Luther, and like Luther, he was both a priest and a Protestant reformer. And apparently, upon observing a group of prisoners being led off to be executed, he uttered, "There, but for the grace of God, goes John Bradford." Maybe we shouldn't be surprised that the Protestant reformer saw the world through the lens of God's grace. So then what compels us to view the world through the lens of comparison? Why do we create these false hierarchies? Perhaps it's something as simple as insecurity. We make ourselves feel better when we put somebody else below us. And I have observed my fair share of this in the last few years. I have one daughter in high school, another daughter in junior high. And there have been countless stories that they've told me about one student being mean to another student, someone putting someone else down. It's hard to be in junior high and high school. You can be pretty insecure in those years, so knocking someone else down perhaps makes them feel a little better, at least for a little while. Lord, be with those in need and those who go to render aid. Amen. So this insecurity, is it the same for us in our faith? Well, if you are at all insecure about the grace that John Bradford talks about, if you are even a bit unsure of just how much God has blessed you, if you lack any confidence in the extent of God's love for you, then hear me loud and clear. You are a beloved child of God, created in God's image, blessed by God in very particular ways, and placed on this earth to bring about God's kingdom. Period. End of paragraph.